What if I told you that the moment someone disrespects you is not the moment you need to prove yourself, but the moment you can prove your character? Most people think strength means having the perfect comeback. They think power means speaking louder, hitting harder, embarrassing the other person, and winning in front of everyone. But Islam teaches something completely different. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that the strong person is not the one who can overpower others, but the one who can control himself when he becomes angry. Think about how different that is. Real strength is not always dramatic. It's often quiet. It's restraint. It's staying noble when someone is trying to drag you into ugliness. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 practical principles that help you deal with disrespect with calmness, dignity, and faith. These steps are simple, but they're powerful. Stay with me because each one supports the next, and by the end, you'll have a clear way to respond without losing yourself. Now, here's the first truth most people don't want to hear. Reacting fast usually feels good for 5 seconds, and then it costs you for 5 days. When disrespect comes, the first goal is not to win. The first goal is to protect your heart and protect your character. In the Quran, Allah describes the servants of the Most Merciful as people who walk gently on the earth, and when ignorant people speak harshly to them, they respond with words of peace. Notice what that means. It does not mean you accept humiliation. It means you refuse to become like them. Imagine someone makes a disrespectful comment about your character, your work, your abilities, your appearance, or your choices. The pain is real. The urge to snap back is real. But the Prophet gave a simple rule that saves people from a lifetime of regret. Whoever believes in Allah and the Last Day should speak good or remain silent. So pause for one breath and ask yourself, can I speak good right now? If you can answer with something calm and clean, do it. A peaceful response can also be firm. You can say, I'm not going to continue this conversation if it stays disrespectful. That's not weakness. That's boundaries with dignity. If you cannot speak good, then don't force words out of anger. Silence can be worship when it prevents sin. And if the situation is unsafe or clearly escalating, walking away is not running. Walking away is choosing wisdom. Here's the key. Disrespect often reveals the other person's character more than it reveals yours. Their rude words are usually a reflection of their manners, their mindset, and their discipline. Your value does not shrink because someone speaks badly. And when anger starts rising, don't talk while you're burning inside. Give your body a chance to cool down. Sit down. If you need to, lie down. If you need space, step away. Not every moment needs an immediate response. Sometimes the strongest response is not a sentence. It's composure. Ready for a hard truth about disrespect? Sometimes it's pure ignorance, and sometimes it's a signal for growth. Islam doesn't teach us to only look outward and blame everyone else. It also teaches us self-accountability. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Take account of yourselves before you are taken to account." So when someone criticizes you, especially if their comment is connected to something you did, don't instantly assume you're 100% innocent or 100% guilty. Instead, be balanced. Ask yourself calmly, was there any truth in what was said? Did I unintentionally speak in a way that hurt someone? Did I handle something without wisdom? Did I make a mistake I need to correct? This is not about accepting disrespect. A person can be wrong in their tone, but still point to something you need to fix. If there's something you should improve, then improve it for the sake of Allah. That is strength. And if you reflect honestly and you realize the comment is unfair, exaggerated, or driven by arrogance, then don't let it settle inside you. Let it pass through you without building a home in your heart. Self-reflection is not self-hate. It's self-improvement. It keeps you humble without making you weak, and it keeps you confident without making you arrogant. Now, here's something that works even when your hands are shaking. Use your body to interrupt your anger before your tongue ruins your day. Anger can feel like fire. It spreads quickly, it burns your judgment, and it pushes you to say things you never would say when calm. A few seconds of uncontrolled anger can damage relationships, reputations, and even your faith. That is why the Prophet encouraged believers to make wudu when anger begins taking control. Think about it. What puts out fire? Water. Wudu is not only washing the body, it's a reset. It slows you down. It breaks the momentum of rage. It takes you from reacting to remembering Allah. So when you feel disrespected and that heat rises, don't rush to argue. Don't rush to type. Don't rush to teach them a lesson. Go make wudu. If you can, use cool water. Let the water remind your body to settle. You may still feel upset after, but you will be more in control. And control is what separates a believer from a slave of emotion. 10 seconds can decide everything. Will you react like your anger wants, or respond like your faith demands? For many people, the disrespect ends, but the mind keeps replaying it. You start rebuilding the conversation. You imagine better comebacks. You picture how you should have responded. You turn one moment into a whole movie in your head. That's overthinking, and it steals peace. Picture 2 glasses of water with dirt in them. One is constantly shaken, the other is left still. The still one becomes clearer because the dirt settles. Your heart is similar. When you constantly stir your thoughts, you keep your emotions muddy. The Prophet, peace be upon him, gave practical guidance. If one of you becomes angry while standing, let him sit down. If the anger leaves, good. If not, let him lie down. This is not random advice. It teaches you that posture, stillness, and pace affect the soul. Sometimes the most spiritual move is to slow down. And do not misunderstand this. Being still does not mean you pretend you feel nothing. Feelings arrive without permission, but actions are your choice. So when your mind spirals, pause, lower your voice, step away from stimulation, give yourself silence. That brief pause can save you from a reaction that creates bigger problems than the original disrespect. Want to know the secret that changes relationships? It's not more arguments. It's cleaner intentions. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught that the one who does not thank people is not truly thankful to Allah. Gratitude matters. And it especially matters when people don't appreciate you. Maybe you helped someone, supported them, gave your time and effort, and then they dismissed it like it meant nothing. That hurts. It can make you feel used or unworthy. Here's the balanced truth. Yes, some people are harmful and do not deserve repeated help because they only take. But also, even good people can slip. They can be stressed, distracted, immature, or careless. So don't become bitter overnight. Be wise, not reactive. Most importantly, purify your intention. Do good for Allah, not for applause. If your peace depends on people's praise, you will suffer constantly because people are inconsistent. But when your intention is for Allah, you are protected from disappointment. If people don't thank you, remember, Allah still sees what you did. Allah still knows your effort. Allah still rewards sincerity. And gratitude is not only about people. Be grateful for your life, even if you feel unappreciated in your own home. Allah sees the patience you carry. And sometimes, the reward increases because the test is heavier. Look at the good you still have. Faith, health, time, the chance to improve. Somewhere in the world, someone would trade places with you instantly because their hardship is greater. This mindset softens the heart, increases faith, and keeps you from becoming a bitter person. Here's the hidden trap of disrespect. The insult is small, but the reaction can destroy you. The Quran reminds us that Allah is in control of all things, situations, outcomes, and destinies. In meaning, we are taught that nothing will happen to us except what Allah has decreed for us, and that He is our protector. So believers place their trust in Him. This is not just comforting, it's stabilizing, because people will talk. People will act in strange ways. Some will be unfair. Some will be ignorant. Some will provoke you on purpose just to watch you explode. And if you let their behavior control your emotions, you fall into their trap. You start living like your mood belongs to them. But when you trust Allah, your heart becomes anchored. You remember that Allah's plan is bigger than one rude moment. You understand that difficulty can be a test of patience, character, and reliance upon Him. So when disrespect comes, remind yourself, Allah sees, Allah knows, Allah is in control. I don't need to destroy my character to respond to someone's ignorance. This is painful but necessary. Forgiveness can be the moment your heart finally breathes again. Forgiveness in Islam is powerful. It can feel like a superpower because it frees you from carrying poison inside your chest. Allah praises those who restrain anger and pardon others. In Surah Al-Imran, verse 134, Allah describes this quality and loves it. Now think about real life. A friend or family member says something hurtful. Most of us have experienced that. Sometimes it's one careless sentence. Sometimes it's repeated. You have a choice. Hold it and let it rot inside you, or forgive and free yourself. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught that a Muslim should not cut off his brother for more than 3 days. But here is the important balance. This applies when the other person is not actively oppressing you and not harming you in your religion. Islam does not command you to accept abuse, ongoing injustice, or spiritual harm. So forgiveness does not mean you pretend it was fine. Forgiveness means you decide, I will not let this control me anymore. You hand your pain to Allah, you take your reward from Allah, and you release the burden from your back. At the same time, Islam does not teach you to be a punching bag. Forgiveness does not require you to remove boundaries. If someone keeps hurting you, do not give them easy access to hurt you again. Forgive, but be wise. Forgive, but be realistic. Allah sees what you choose, and Allah rewards patience and mercy. Before you move on, ask yourself one question. What kind of person do you want to become when disrespect shows up? Disrespect is unavoidable. You will meet ignorant people. You will face unfair words. You will be misunderstood. But your response is your responsibility, and that response is where your strength shows. Choose to protect your character. Speak good or remain silent. Reflect before reacting. Use wudu to cool the fire. Pause when your mind spirals. Practice gratitude so bitterness doesn't grow. Trust Allah so people can't shake your heart. And forgive in a way that frees you while keeping your dignity. May Allah reward you for your patience, strengthen your character, and fill your heart with peace. Until next time, stay blessed and stay steadfast.